Okay, I've just taken this hardware off and deflated the air pressure out of the shock, and now I'm just unscrewing the air can. Now I'm unscrewing the air can. Be careful when the air can comes off, it will come off with some force. Just be careful it doesn't pop all the way off the end of the shock. Don't tilt the bottom of the shock up higher than the top, because you will lose excess oil like I did here. Keep the top of the shock slightly higher than the bottom. A little oil will come out, but it shouldn't be a big deal. So in order to get this spacer off, I had to wedge a 1.5 mil Allen key in between here and this disc to move it down, and then had to wedge this in between this disc and the volume spacer to push this down. And now I'm gonna try to remove the volume spacer. Here's the spacer. There's no real actual orientation. Same on each side. The new spacers I'm putting in do have orientation though. You're going to want to install the volume spacer with the convex side facing the top of the shock where the rebound knob is. And it clicks into place kind of a little bit. Now we're going to slide this O-ring back up. Washer, yeah. And then slide this rubber O-ring up. Now pushing up the air can onto the body of the shock, you can try to equalize the pressure in the shock by slowly moving the shock up and down a little bit. But this didn't really work for me, so I ended up just having to use shear force to push it all the way up onto the body of the shock. Now I'm screwing the air can back onto the body of the shock, rotating it counterclockwise to tighten it. Now I've just reassembled the shock, and now I'll just clean up the bike and pump it back up to the normal air pressure.